Two lives. One body. How long can a secret like that stay hidden? Let's find out. If you saw Amaka on a Sunday morning, hands clasped in prayer, her voice gently harmonizing with the church choir, you'd never imagine who she truly was when the sun went down. In the pews of Living Fire Evangelical Ministry, Amaka was a shining example. Her long skirt swept the floors, her Bible was dog-eared and marked with notes, and her amen echoed with conviction. At 24, she had become the face of the youth fellowship and was often called upon to lead Bible study. But what the congregation didn't know was that their sweet deacon's daughter had a second life, one she built her carefully ironed Ankara dresses and angelic smile. Because when night fell, Amaka transformed. She wasn't just Amaka the church girl anymore. She became Mimi Blaze, a curvaceous, bold-lipped, lace-wearing goddess who took over the club scene like a hurricane in heels. By day, Amaka was a receptionist at a Christian NGO. Conservative outfit. Modest demeanor. She even led morning devotions. Her co-workers admired her for her grace and discipline. But she hated every second of the pretense. Her phone buzzed constantly under the table with messages like, "You rocking Club V tonight, Blaze. We got VIP tables. Let's shut it down." At 6 p.m. sharp, she'd wave goodbye to her colleagues, clutching her Bible, smiling sweetly, and walk briskly to her apartment on the mainland. But once the door shut behind her, she dropped the act like an old robe. Wigs, heels, lashes, bodycon dresses, makeup kits. She had a walk-in closet that her church friends would have called the devil's showroom. But to her, it was her freedom. At night, she was not Amaka the obedient daughter. She was free. Everything might have continued perfectly, if not for a phone. One Sunday, after a powerful worship service, Brother Caleb, a well-known IT specialist in the church, approached Amaka to thank her for the worship session. He accidentally brushed her handbag, and her iPhone tumbled out. The screen lit up. And on it was a notification from Instagram, @MimiBlazeOfficial, "You've been tagged in a photo by @Rich Ketchup. Queen of the night again." Damn. Caleb raised an eyebrow. Mimi Blaze. Amaka's eyes widened like a deer caught in headlights. "Oh, that's just a spam account I reported before." Caleb nodded, but she knew from the way his expression tightened, he didn't believe her. And worse, Mimi Blaze was popular on social media. She didn't just dress to kill, she lived to slay. Her page was filled with filtered selfies, sultry dance reels, and photos taken at high-end lounges and hotels. She never posted location tags, but rich Lagos boys always found her. She had been courted by politicians, entertainers, tech bros, and even a married pastor once, though she blocked him immediately. Money flowed. Lingerie glowed under dim lights. Liquor sparkled like communion wine. She told herself it was just her real life, the one she deserved after years of poverty and being overlooked. If God wanted her to suffer, why did He make her so beautiful? So magnetic? Amaka still prayed. 2 weeks later, during a Sunday service, Pastor Jeremiah called Amaka to the altar. Everyone clapped. But his tone changed when he spoke. "Amaka, daughter of Zion. Something troubles my spirit. Are you living a double life?" Gasp echoed. Even her father turned to her in confusion. I don't understand," she stammered. The pastor's assistant brought out a tablet. And there, on full display for the congregation, was Mimi Blaze, dancing in a silk robe with a champagne glass in her hand. The church fell into stunned silence. Amaka stood there, the walls closing in, her secret world crashing like glass on marble. Her father wept. Her mother fainted. And she, the darling of the church, was excommunicated that very day. They called her a Jezebel, a disgrace, a bad example to the youth. With no church to shield her, she embraced the slay queen life fully. She moved to Lekki, started promoting events, created her own perfume line under the name Blaze by Night. She told herself she didn't need them, that the judgmental stares, the fake holy people, they were the ones with the real masks. But the emptiness was growing. Money filled her closet but not her heart. Likes gave her validation but not peace. It happened on a Wednesday. She was at a penthouse party in Banana Island, lounging on velvet, when her phone rang. It was her father. She hadn't heard from him in months. Her voice trembled. "Daddy." His voice was hollow. "Your mother had a stroke. She's asking for you." Amaka felt her knees buckle. That night, without removing her makeup or heels, she flew across the bridge. When she arrived, her mother was in bed, barely able to speak, but her eyes lit up at the sight of her daughter. "Amaka. My girl. Come home." She wept on her mother's chest like a little girl. For the first time in years, she felt shame, not the kind people threw at her. Amaka took a break from nightlife. She cancelled appearances, sold off half her outfits, deleted Mimi Blaze's page. But judgment came from both sides now. The church didn't want her back. The slay queen circle mocked her. "So you're a church girl again? After all that branding." She started a vlog instead, Confessions of a Former Slay Queen. She told her story raw, the addiction to validation, the double life, the emptiness under the glitter. It went viral. Women reached out. Some crying. Some thanking her. And slowly, something changed. Churches began to invite her to speak. Even Pastor Jeremiah apologized publicly. "We judged her when we should have embraced her." 3 years later, Amaka wasn't just healed, she was whole. She wasn't hiding anymore. She wore jeans to church, sometimes even lipstick. She led women empowerment seminars, helping other girls who live double lives shed the shame and find purpose. She started a foundation, Blaze to Grace. Because Amaka learned that God doesn't only live in church buildings. He walks into nightclubs. He finds daughters behind makeup masks. He speaks even through scandal. She smiled now with peace, not pride. She still slayed, just with purpose, because she was no longer the church girl by day and slay queen by night. She was simply Amaka. And she was finally enough. For more enchanting tales like this, please subscribe, like, comment and share.